page, snap, chat, shit, and everything in between. Am I the only guy that's not surprised that Junior didn't do fantastic? You know why that is? It's because he's not NBA ready. What? Yeah. Big shock, huh? Am I the only one to realize this? No. No. This is because an individual wanted to push a narrative to basically live vicariously through his son. But you know what? That's what happens when you grow up without a male father figure, without a positive role model, without a man to teach you how to be a man. That's the result. That's it. And then you think that you've accomplished something and you gloat. You have absolutely no idea how many people you disrespect by your actions and your antics. And I feel bad for your son, and I'm not throwing any shade on him because I honestly feel bad for the kid because what you have done to your son is put a target on his back for no good reason. Absolutely not. That's so. There again, without knowing how to be a man, you can't be a man. You didn't have a man to show you how to be a man, so uh, no big shock, no surprise to me whatsoever. Like I said, I'm not throwing any shade on Junior, but Dad, he's got issues. Big issues. It's sad to see. It's got, yeah, yeah. It's bad. It's bad. And then to take an entire franchise and their storied history throughout the course of their tenure and then forget about everybody else who's been involved in that franchise and then bow down to this degenerate clown. It's awful. It's awful to watch. It's horrible for the game of basketball. And all the false narratives being put out there. Why am I so adamant? Why do I keep talking about him? Does he get free rent in my head? No. It's nothing like that at all. It's the fact that I'm tired of hearing bullshit be spread about this fool when it comes down to who the greatest is. This guy does not get a pass to be great just because the media and certain individuals push that narrative for him to be great. That could always be done if you've got enough people to support you, of course. This isn't anything new. Come on, guys. We know this. Listen, LeBron, for the amount of time he's been there in the NBA playing basketball, he's grossly underachieved. Fact. So, you can be your stat goat if you want him to be, but as far as the greatest of all time, no. He doesn't have the resume necessary as far as the entire body of work. Did he ever win an Oscar? No. Is that even relevant? No. That's outside of the box. Did Space Jam 2 outdo Space Jam the original? No. Does he sell more shoes than Jordan? No. Let's see. What else? Did they ever make the LeBron rules? Have you ever heard of that? No, doesn't exist. Are there famous LeBron games that you can just think of, like a flu game, or the double nickel, or the shot, or the last shot, or a slew of other games that are all synonymous with Michael Jordan? And I'm not even... In Michael Jordan, you're talking other gentlemen out there like Havlicek. You're talking Kuzi. You're talking Mikan if you want to go back, way back. And if you want to go even further back than that, there are guys that you've never even heard of that held records that were eventually broken, surpassed, etc. But their legacy and their stamp on the game is ultimately what was the foundation that was laid by these individuals in order for people like LeBron to be able to play and thrive based on a false narrative. And it's sad because people buy into it because A, they don't know any better, B, they don't want to get educated and do their own research to find out the truth as to who's great and who's not, or C, they simply just don't care because people want to be entertained as opposed to educated in the first place. But if you watch enough basketball and you're old enough, and stats, whatever, it's the hardware that matters, okay? I would have had a whole lot more respect for LeBron if he would have stayed in Cleveland his entire career, won just a championship, and was loyal, was dedicated, was ethical in the way that he acts, behaves, and carries and conducts himself. I think LeBron's mother did the best she could to raise him, and I'm not saying anything bad about LeBron's mother. I wish my mother was still around, but that's a different story for a different day. He's fortunate in that case, and there's nothing wrong with being raised by a mom. And single moms, nothing but respect and love out there. Single dads, same thing. But you need to have some sort of positive male influence / role model, something to teach you how to be a man, because certain things can't be taught by other people. All right? And that's not a knock against women. That's just a fact. Okay? So I just wanted to throw that out there. I got no beef with Bronny, nothing like that. Like I said, I feel bad for the kid that he's got his dad that likes to live vicariously through him for whatever reason. And just to be perfectly clear with you, to have Bronny in the position he's at that's not NBA ready, and his debut yesterday in the G League playing in that capacity with not real NBA players. I mean, listen, you saw what he was able to do in college. If I were in his position and was making money, as much money as I'm making as a second round draft pick, which I shouldn't have been in the first place, but that's based on the fact of who my dad is. That's a fact. You can argue with me all you want about that. But the fact is, he should not have been drafted. He is not NBA ready. LeBron tried to hype him up, saying that he could start with the Lakers right now. No, none of that's true. None of that is true at all. That's just pushing your narrative to hype up your son, and then you're forcing him to live up to that hype that is unfair because it's not fair. It's just not fair. Let him be his own person. Let him decide what he wants to do. He's a hell of a gamer. He likes video games. He's a cool kid. Alright? Let him do what he wants to do. He should have stayed in school. He was making good NIL money. And he could have developed there at the college level and done it the long way, the hard way, the right way, however you want to look at it. But that's an option. But being influenced and pushed your entire life by an individual who is a narcissist by every definition of the word clearly didn't work out in his favor, and it showed last night. Oh, I get it. It's only one game. You shouldn't. It's not just one game. It's a game that was being played against other people that were more NBA ready than him, and it was exposed and demonstrated. And now it's become a meme, and it's not fair for Bronny, and it's not Bronny's fault. And I'll stand up for Bronny. I won't stand up for LeBron because I can't do that. I can't do that. I've watched this man even before he was in the NBA, and they started pushing him when he was playing for St. Vincent, St. Mary, whatever it was, and they started playing him on the ESPN and hyping him up, and I gave him a chance. I'm like, all right, let's see what this kid's got. Let's give him a chance. And every opportunity given to him has been met with an excuse, is met with blame on someone else, and that gets old real quick after a while. And I say it again, Bronny should never have been drafted. He would have ended up with the Lakers, undrafted, but it meant so much for him to have his name called. That's when you realize that you're putting yourself, your family, your whatever, you're putting anything but the team, the franchise, the goal of winning championships, getting the brass, the metal, the hardware. That's what matters. Stats, that's going to come and go. Championships, those are forever. So, that's my take on it, guys. Thanks for listening. Appreciate all you guys. Love all you guys. I really appreciate it if you guys would generate me some help on the YouTube. And it's not for personal gain. It's because I want to help others out as well, not just bad mouthing LeBron. I have other things that are far more important and pressing, like Veterans Affairs, mental health, the economic crisis in America, amongst all kinds of other things that we should be talking about, but instead we talk about this. It takes away from the game also, because he wants to make it about himself, not the game, not even the franchise. It's about LeBron, but it's not about LeBron. And then you pick Jordan to go after, of all people. It's ridiculous. Don't buy into the nonsense, guys. See for yourself. Look at some old film. Watch some old games. I'm not telling you to go back and watch every Jordan game, but it doesn't take much to realize that you've been fed a bunch of BS by a bunch of BSers. Anyway, once again, thank you. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Be safe out there. Get ready for Monday. First Monday of the week. Tomorrow, okay? Make it great. Love you. Peace.